Hey guys, Pretzelman945 here. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. How you
Yep.
doing, Seth?
Doing all right. What episode is this? 9?
Yes, it is episode 9, indeed.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. 10 is next, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So
So,
how was your week?
good. It's been pretty all right.
All right.
Pretty chill.
Nice.
Some good things, some some fine things. Nothing bad though.
Same here. In fact, I've actually had a very good week.
That's what's up. Yeah, I don't know. My week wasn't amazing, but it was fine. Mediocre.
Average, right? Average.
Yeah, it was a good week. Wasn't a
I had a
bad
great
week. It
week.
was
I had a great week, honestly.
That's what's up, man. You always love to hear it.
Um, I had a lot of great parts of my week. Gotta say though, the best part, Cobra Kai season 6.
Wait, it's out.
It came out on Thursday.
Oh my god. Well, I know what next week's. I know what I'm going to be talking about next week.
Dude, it's
How
so good. It's
it's
so
good.
good. Literally, they released like the first 5 episodes, and I'm telling you, it's already in contention for being one of the best seasons.
Oh god,
It's so good, dude.
dude. I mean, the only problem I have with this is I one fuck Netflix. Two, I have to pay for my own Netflix if I want to watch it, which sucks.
I know, I know.
Which sucks 'cause,
It really does suck, believe me.
oh yeah, because you have two different houses, right? You know what I mean?
I
So
mean, I've
like,
always used my dad's Netflix account, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
my dad let me use his Netflix account. He's like, yeah, it's cool, right? I go to use it. It's like, you're very far away. You can't use it. I'm like, bro, what? I can't use it. All right, whatever. So I mean, I don't know. I'm either gonna find a website to watch it on or try to get the Netflix to work.
I have no
But
idea like what website. I have no help for you there. Like I
I,
can
I
do
could find one
anime
for sure.
just fine. I have a website for that. I don't have a
Yeah,
website for watching Cobra Kai.
I'll have to
Um,
find one.
I don't even know if like sites like that are like able to get it up for pirating yet.
I'm sure
Um,
they
but
have.
dude, it is so good.
That's what's up. Oh,
It's it's
dude,
it's so peak. Everything I'm gonna try and describe it as little as possible. Like they reform a lot of like broken character dynamics in here, and there's a crazy plot twist with Tori's character that just makes her character just so good this
okay.
season. Um, Preach comes back in this season, as I'm sure wasn't a surprise since he escaped prison in season 5, but he's back and he's as peak as ever, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked Silver a lot. I thought Silver was a great villain, but nothing to beat Kreese, dude.
Dude, now that I think about it, I actually think I saw something on Snapchat. I don't watch them anymore. I kind of grew out of it, but there's this YouTuber I used to watch a lot back in the day, Balin Levine. You probably would hate it. It's just like a prank
Never heard
channel
of the
type deal.
guy. Never heard of the
Right?
guy.
He lives in Georgia. So like sometimes I'll still watch him just to like I'll be like, "Oh, that's like downtown. Like I know where that is. That's my home." Because I miss home, you know how it is. And so I've been kind of picking up watching him again, but I kind of grew out of like the stuff he does. But he's like a huge Cobra Kai fan, right? And I don't know how, but him and his buddy are like in in like a background scene, and they're just there. And I remember I saw that on like Instagram or something, and I was like, "What? That's pretty cool."
Dude, it's point is it's fucking peak.
Did I ever tell you about the hockey rink thing for Cobra Kai 2?
I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about off the top of
All
my
right.
head, so I'm gonna say
I may.
no.
I can't. I can't remember if I've told you, so I'll tell you again. You might remember. I don't know. So I play hockey.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course.
the location I don't really care saying. It's in Duluth, Georgia. I don't know if you know what that is. Near Gwinnett.
I think so.
Yeah, it's north. It's north.
Okay.
And you know the hockey fight scene, or like the not the fight scene, but like the scene where they're in the lobby and it's like, I think it's in season 4. They're fighting like the ice rink. I think it's who
Oh,
fought in
oh
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Johnny and Danny. Yeah,
All right, so you know what scene I'm talking about.
yeah, I do. It's
Dude,
a
my
great
jaw
scene.
dropped when I first saw that because that's where I play. That's like where I play. That's where I go to. It's like where
Oh,
it
really?
was.
It's the same place?
It's the same place, cool, because they film in Atlanta.
Wow. I mean, yeah, yeah, I think I knew that, but wow, that's kind of crazy,
So when I was
honestly.
watching it, I was like, what the hell, dude? That's where I play. Like I know that concession stand. Like I know that. Like I grew up in that arena, and it's just on Cobra Kai. All right, cool.
Um, so yeah, season is fucking peak. I actually when I made a review about it that night, and I think probably because I was swearing so much, the video got age restricted.
No way.
Yes.
That's wild.
I mean, my channel ain't even close to monetized, so it doesn't mean anything. But
I
um,
think the only thing I can monetize on is TikTok, and even that I would have to like actually like post stuff. I don't really post anything anymore.
um, so yeah, that was my best thing of the week. But I've been watching a lot of great stuff this week. Um, I gotta check how far I am in my hero real quickly.
I was just watching
Um,
it before. That's why I needed 15 minutes. I actually started picking it back up because I've been kind of bugging on it because I've been working, but I've been
okay,
watching it,
I'm
and wow.
on. I'm on. Let me see here. I'm
I'm,
on season 2 episode 20. It's like episode 26 overall. I don't know, it's like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like episode 13, 12 or 13 of season 2. So I think I'm like halfway through the season.
okay. So is this like
Um,
the stain stuff? Is that what that is?
Um, I think that's what's coming up next. This was like the sports festival
Ooh, that's a good one.
is what I just watched.
I remember when that was
And
coming out.
I really enjoyed it, I gotta say.
I enjoy it, but I
As
also
far as a tournament arc goes, it was pretty good. Although I liked it wasn't just like purely tournament arc, it was like some other like the obstacle course. I really liked the cavalry battle thing that was going on there.
what fights
Um,
have you seen?
by far the best one is Deku versus Todoroki.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was
That
looking for.
was an incredible fight.
Yeah,
Um, I was also a big fan of Ochako versus Bakugo. I really liked the character moments in that fight as well.
yeah. I
Anything
forget
that
all the
Tokoyami did was badass. I really liked Tokoyami and Ida in this section. I thought they got some great character work.
Yeah,
Also,
uh,
Endeavor sounds like a bitch.
his character gets better. I'll
I,
just
I
say
already
that
I already hate that guy.
yeah, no one. When I remember when the show was coming out, nobody liked Endeavor. Endeavor was like, "Oh, this guy's a bitch." Endeavor gets better. Um, definitely not soon for you, but Endeavor gets better. What's it called? I will say in terms of like I don't even like the not my hero, but I don't even like the show I'm about to talk about that much. But my one of my favorite tournament arcs is the Chunin exams from Naruto. Like
Everyone says that. I just don't think I made it far enough.
I didn't even know you watched Naruto. Yeah, Naruto. It's dude, Rock Lee and Sasuke. That fight is that fight is sick.
Um, yeah, I'm really enjoying My Hero so far. Todoroki's definitely rising in the ranks of my favorite character, I gotta say. Um, my favorite character is still All Might. Uh,
Yeah.
I love the character moments that he's having with Deku. It's great. I love their relationship.
One thing I'll say about My Hero is like for at least for me, that my favorite characters in the beginning weren't the same at the end.
I could definitely see that being the case. I'm still not a fan of Bakugo. I still think he's annoying. Um,
Bakugo is goaded. In the beginning, I can definitely understand that, but
and I'm really liking Deku as a MC.
you do or don't? I didn't.
I am. I think like this kind of like acceptance and realization that he knows he's like so lucky and better off. I feel like it's different, and I like that.
Yeah. Um,
Like the fact that he acknowledges that the reason that he succeeded is because he's gotten lucky and a lot of help. I like that, and I feel like that's something I haven't. That angle is something I haven't really seen a lot before.
yeah. What's it called? Oh, yeah, this. The manga for My Hero finished. So,
Officially, it's like has I know it's been having its last chapters recently.
yeah. So the basically it's done and that means the anime will be coming to a close kind of soon,
Yeah,
which is
I think the reason that the final season went on break is because it was waiting for the final chapters to finish, right?
that too. And I know, see, I already like dipped into the manga a little bit back in the day. I already know like kind of what, like I'm just watching the anime to like see the animation kind of like I
Yeah,
already know what's
yeah.
happening at this moment in time. And a new episode came out I think a couple days ago, and I know exactly what panel got animated. I saw it on TikTok this morning, and I cannot wait to like just see the end, or not the end, but like that scene that I'm talking about that I'm not gonna say animated because
Okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't
probably
even
one of
know what you're talking about since I know like nothing about the later parts of the series.
probably one of my favorite panels in the whole manga.
Another thing I was watching this week, I watched a lot of Horimiya.
Oh, dude, so good.
I finished the first season.
It's so good, bro. It is so good. Horimiya is so fucking good.
I'm gonna give you my full opinion on the
All
first
right,
season.
let's hear it.
I know I kind of just said it's really good in a text message, and that's all you've heard.
Yeah.
I really like it. I really like it. I really like the chemistry between
Yes.
Hori and
Miyamura.
Miyamura. Um, I think they have a great chemistry. I also like the way that their relationship develops. I like the way all the relationships develop
Yeah.
in the show. Um if I had to like um my main I guess complaint, which is a bit of a minor one, admittedly. It's like two things. One, I could give like negative fucks about Sawada, whatever the fuck that character is, the second year that like stalks Miyamura because she has a crush on Hori.
Oh yeah,
Could give negative fucks about her character.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think anyone really.
and also, I found it a little bit hard to care about other side characters that weren't really directly like the main romantic relationships. Like, I like the green-haired girl, and I liked
Yeah,
Yoshikawa, and I
Sakura.
liked Ishikawa. I liked all them, and I liked the student council head couple. I don't know what their names are, but but
Sengoku and Ray.
that's it. That's it. Sengoku and Rei. I like both of them. I couldn't, I could give less of a fuck about Shindo though.
Which one's
He just,
Shindo?
that orange-haired kid that's like Miyamura's
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
from middle
Miyamoto's middle school
school.
friend.
I could give less of a fuck about him or any of the other side characters, honestly. I don't care about the relationship between Miyamura and like his former middle school bully, who I don't remember the name of.
I don't remember his name either.
I feel like, again, it's a minor complaint, but I feel like there are several pointless side characters that take away from
Yeah.
crucial screen time. Um, Another thing is I don't like. It feels like it comes out of nowhere. Hori just suddenly likes, like, randomly, just like this domination thing, and Miyamura just like yelling at her aggressively. That's weird. Came out of nowhere.
Love that. I love that shit. That shit was funny.
I don't, it feels like it literally came out of nowhere and was just randomly put into an episode. Um,
Fortunately, women be like that.
but besides those honestly pretty minor complaints, I very much liking the show. Um, I
Season
I
two.
I I really liked where the first season ended off. I haven't.
Yes.
Um,
I'm mad that this show is so short.
I don't
And
know
season
about that.
well,
Just
because
because.
the manga goes farther. Like they get married and like have kids.
Oh,
Like it
really?
goes far. Or like there's like a so it was a little confusing when I read it. What I read on Reddit because I was like, does the manga continue? Like that was pretty short. I know it came out fairly recently. Um, and to my understanding, there's two versions of Horiyama. There's the manga, and then there's like a comic version. I don't know how that works. The comic version, like in short, the story goes farther, like farther. And I want more. I need more. I I like it more than Fruits Basket. I will say that.
I can't say that.
I have to. Fruits Basket is
I
trash.
personally, I really liked it, and I think you gave me a great romance anime recommendation, honestly. But Fruits Basket is like now in my top 10 best shows I've ever seen, so I can't say that.
Maybe I'll have to just finish it because for me, Fruits Basket's one of the worst romance animes I've ever seen.
I didn't realize they hated it that much.
I actually hate it, but the concept, I like the concept. I just hate how it's executed.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
I'll just have to keep watching it. I guess maybe I should just pick it back up and just like fly through it and be like, just like
And that was
maybe I'm
most of what I was watching this week. I watched less Kill a Kill, but I caught up a little bit today. I watched some episodes this morning. Um, I'm on like episode 7, I think. Um, and Kill a Kill is fucking great.
Kill la Kill's fun. I like Kill la Kill.
Kill a Kill is so fun. It's insane on so many levels. It makes
Yeah,
me
Kill la
die.
Kill's fun.
Like
I love Kill la Kill.
the
It's been
the I always forget what Ryoko's friend name is, but like
It's been too long for me to tell you, to be honest.
but like when she just goes into like those absurd monologues or whatever with just like it's like the bajillion different actions a second.
Yeah,
Um, it's so funny, and that combined with like the absolutely insane animation. Like I think this show probably has my favorite transformation sequence ever. Like
yeah,
the way that Ryoko changes into her Kamui, and then also the other people she fights changing in out of their Goku uniforms is great. And like the absurdity of the club names is just it's so everything about it is just so absurd, high energy and fun. I'm really enjoying Kill la Kill.
yeah. It's a funny ass show.
Um Um, um, I also I texted you that I bought Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last episode.
Yeah.
I so far I played an hour, a little bit over an hour of that. I did that Wednesday night, before my Steam Deck ran out of battery.
Have you gotten to the opening horse cutscene in the field
Yes, I
where it
have.
says like, yeah?
Which
So, so
that's
you
not what I thought about when you were saying opening cutscene. But man, that was gorgeous. I gotta say.
it's so pretty, and
Um,
no shame to the Steam Deck, but imagine it on a PS5, man. Like I'm telling you, like it's insane. It's insane, man. It's a good game. I can't wait to finish it when I get my PS5 back. Games
um,
for me. I
well,
beat Dark
I
Souls
kind of
3.
if you I wanted to talk a little bit more about Ghost
Oh
of
yeah, go for it, go
Tsushima.
for it.
So, I'm gonna kind of give like my overall first impressions of the game. I think it's pretty good. Um, there's a lot of similarities to The Witcher 3 I've noticed, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's like, recycled or anything like that. Obviously, it couldn't be more like different from that because it's a samurai game. But um the combat and the kind of like the smoothness to it and um I feel like the ease of combat, but also the fact that there's like some nuances to it. So like a lot of those are very similar to Witcher 3, which I really like a lot. I'm a fan of the combat. I'm still adjusting to fighting bosses with the way that like the camera zooms in and such. The game is gorgeous. I'm also a fan of where the story is going so far. So.
Yeah, apparently Ghost of Tsushima story is really good. Yeah, I really would love. I wanna play. I wanna play it.
Are you playing Forza 5?
Yeah, I. It's been a long time. This is my dream car right here. I'm trying to remember what my shift is. I'm just kind of dicking around while we talk.
I just called this game Fivesa.
Fivezza. That's fair. There we go. I remember now.
Yeah.
Because I had it set. Because I have the Xbox Elite controller, and so
Hmm.
you know how that comes. I don't know if you know, but it comes. You can get like back pedals for it. You can have like the triggers on the back of the controller.
Oh, that's what that means. Okay.
So I have my controls custom set for this game
Hmm.
to where I can play in manual. So I switch the gears. So like if I don't like if I go back here, it just doesn't work.
Oh, nice.
What's it called? Games wise for me though, I finished Dark Souls 3.
Oh, you
Yeah, that
finally
game.
got past that boss you were talking about?
Yeah, that boss is probably one of my favorite bosses in gaming.
Did you find it wasn't like too difficult or whatever? You got past it?
It was perfectly difficult. It wasn't too hard, wasn't too good. Did I tell you like the lore behind the Dark Souls 3
Yes, yes,
boss.
you went into very explicit detail about that.
So good. So good.
Uh, last night. I mean, not last night. Last episode. Yes. I'm very much aware you went into a lot of detail about that.
Very
Um,
good. Very good story. So you know my opinion on Final Fantasy 7, correct? The original.
yeah, yeah, you've texted it to me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
recently?
mean, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I think it was like when you were asking me about how far I got in it originally.
Yes, I'm like 20 hours in. I just finished part 1 cuz the original is a 3-disc game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And basically if when you finish disc 1, it's like, "Hey, you finished disc 1. Do you want to continue to part 2?" And in the
Oh,
Switch
yeah. Well, I
version,
mean, I'm familiar with that concept, but probably not in the way that you're expecting. It's like when I used to, the way I used to watch Lord of the Rings was like the extended editions on DVD, and like Return of the King was split into two parts, um, because it was such a long movie. So I know what you're talking about, because like when I would watch that, I would like finish part one, and then I'd switch out the discs and do part two. Um, I didn't realize that original Final Fantasy was like that though. That's kind of crazy.
yeah, and what was I talking about? Yes, I just finished part 1 last night. And okay, do you know anything about uh Seven's story? Like, do you have any spoilers?
I mean, I'm assuming that that like the remake is very very close to the original story. I don't know what changes they would have made, but I can't imagine it's that many huge ones. My dad didn't seem to think so, and he's played both. Um, so
Yeah, it's minor. It's minor stuff.
so I do know as far as like the remake goes, because I'm
Me?
assuming that because based on the assumption that the story is very similar with very minor changes to it.
To give you where I'm at in the original, you're aware how Rebirth is you know how like the remake is split up, right?
Yes, yes. How it's like being
To give you an
split
idea
into three different
of where
games or
I'm at.
something.
Yeah, so to give you an idea of where I'm at, the in my original, I'm basically where Rebirth ends.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shit.
But I just want to know story wise. Yeah, so you finished remake then, right? So you're just out of Midgar.
No, I haven't finished it yet.
Well, in the remake, one thing I remember being different was like, how far are you in the remake?
Like I said, like probably a quarter to halfway through the final chapter, and there was like this one section with bikes that I got stuck on, and I haven't played it since. Uh,
So you know in the beginning when you go into Midgar, you got Seventh Heaven,
yeah.
and you're in the hotel, the motel, or whatever, and like you walk out, and like there's like the black ghost things going ape shit.
Yeah, yeah, the things that like can't seem to pick a fucking side throughout the entire story.
Yeah, those are not in the original, at least in that part.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing I remember. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff,
And, you know, I
but so
will at
far I'm loving
I
it.
will at some point, but I think Ghost of Tsushima is gonna take quite a because you know even after only an hour, I'm really into that game right now. I think. Um,
Yeah, it's Seven's
But
story just
don't
continued
worry,
to impress
I
me.
will finish remake at some point. I will finish it.
Another game I recommend finishing the original too. I mean,
I will.
for
I will as I will also finish the original at some point. Um, because I bought the original well before I bought remake. So
yeah, so I got I got my grandmother sent me some Switch games in the mail. I have Smash and my Japanese copy of Tears.
nice, nice,
So Tears
very
at some point
nice,
will probably
dude.
be played. I'm probably gonna finish seven, take a little break from the Soulsborne journey. Probably gonna uh play seven because that's just something I've always wanted to play seven and like enjoy it, but I
Like
just can never get behind it. I don't know what's different about it this time, but I was just playing it and I was like, wow, it finally clicked with me. It makes sense. I love this game. It's actually really good.
I've had that happen a lot with games before.
You just don't like it at first, and then you just like this playthrough I'm on is probably the fifth time I've actually tried to play seven,
Wow,
and now I'm like actually enjoying it.
that's cool.
I'm loving it. I can't wait to get my hands on the remake. I purchased it was on sale. I got Advent Children on my Xbox, and then I might get the Crisis Core remake because
All right, you
the
gotta tell
Crisis
me
Core is
what is Advent Children?
so it's a movie and it's the events after Seven's main story.
So
That's
it's a
all I know.
movie. It's not a video game.
No, Crisis Core is a video game. If you know what that is or have heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of Crisis Core. I know that came out in like 2022. I know it's like a prequel.
Well, that Crisis Core that you're talking about is a remake of it, Crisis Core on the PSP.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, Crisis Core was a PSP game. I'll probably pick up the remake Crisis Core. It's Crisis Core Reunion. I'll probably pick up Crisis Core Reunion after I finish seven, and I'm gonna probably after I finish seven, I'm either if I depending on the end of the story because I don't know. I've only gotten one spoiler so far, and that I've already passed it. So honestly, I might hop straight into Crisis Core and then watch Advent Children.
Like the full
But
experience right off the bat.
yeah, because so far, like, yeah, Sephiroth though, probably one of the best villains I've ever seen.
In fiction, period.
Yeah, Sephiroth for sure.
Man, after seeing the first part of this new season, I'm gonna need to update my place where Kreese goes
Yeah,
in my
who do you have
fate.
Kreese over?
I honestly don't remember. I might get my notebook out to see if I can like find because it was kind of like I thought it was like taken into account. Uh, whatever the fuck. Anime that much. Uh, let me see. It's gonna be a lot of looking through it. It has been a while since I made a list. Oh, actually, while I'm looking through this, do you want to hear my ranking of the Persona 5 palaces?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, so I don't count Mementos itself as a palace, just to make that
very fair.
clear. with this. I don't understand why people do that. Doesn't really make that much sense to me. In last place is Okumura. Um,
Valid. Very
and
valid.
then in eighth is Sei's Palace.
What? The casino?
Yeah,
What? Why?
because I find it confusing to navigate, and I'm also not a fan of the gameplay mechanics regarding, like, having to find the buttons and the slot machines and whatnot. Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I definitely have it over a few palaces. It's not my like top. I don't know if it's my top three at all, but I definitely did not have that at eight. Whims of Fate carries
at number seven, I have Shido's Palace.
the boat.
Yeah.
So you got
Um,
some ones that I really like very low, and I'm surprised. Where do
well,
you?
so
Okay,
so
keep
here's the
going.
thing. Okumura's Palace is the only one that I would call. Um, like Say and Cheetos, they're okay. I don't hate them, but I have problems with the gameplay in them.
I
Um,
like Shido's Palace.
to kind of give an idea of like the ranking and whatnot. Honestly, the reason that this one is really low is just because of that stupid mouse mechanic. I hate that.
Yeah,
I
I had to, my
fucking
first time
hate
around.
that.
I had to
That's
look up a
probably
guide.
honestly like the worst, like the singular worst Palace gameplay mechanic in the entire game. Um,
I'll take that. I didn't like it either, but I
and
just looked up
number
a guide for it.
six is the Mementos Depths. Um, which is decent. It's a good like final boss type thing, but I think the entire final fight is uh just too messy. But I
Whose fight is in there again? I thought we weren't counting mementos.
well, the Mementos Depths is I mean, like, because I've watched rankings of it before, and like people count like playing entire Mementos throughout the game as a count, which doesn't make sense to me. But Mementos Depths is like the one that you play through on the very bottom. That's like the end. That's like the end of the game
Yeah, okay.
type thing. Um,
Who's that boss? I don't remember who the boss was there.
I don't remember what its name is, but it's like it has several different phases. It's like you fight it as the goblet, and then it's like has several different arms and whatnot that it attacks you with.
Yeah.
It's not a bad boss fight, it's just messy. Uh but I do really like really, really like that scene in God, I'm going to hate myself for not forgetting that name. What is the Velvet Room where
Yeah.
you have to talk to each of your party members and like we can reconcile their motivation. I love that part. I think it's great.
Good scene.
Um, and then number five, I have Kamoshida's, which I think is just
Okay.
an all-around good palace. I think it's good introductory one. I think it has some pretty fun puzzles. Um, I think the boss fight is pretty solid, just all around pretty good.
Yeah.
Number four is Futaba's. Like, I
Mm,
think probably
pyramid.
the best in terms of like character dynamic and character development. Um uh hold on, answering a text. Um uh but there's some parts of the traversal in Futaba's that I don't like as much, but the character moments are just too good for it to be any lower. And number
Right.
three, I have Monorames because I think it is uh I think it's a solid one. I like Kitagawa's character. I don't remember his first name. Is it
Um,
Yuki? It's not Yuki, right?
that's Persona 3 Makoto. You talking about Yusuke?
Yeah. That's it. Yusuke, not Yuki. Um, I've been talking about fruits basket too much. Yeah, I like Yusuke's character. I like Madarame as a villain. I'm a big fan of the boss fight. I like the puzzles and the museum setting. Um, and number two is Marquis Palace. This should not
Really?
be particularly surprising. Um, um,
I thought that was gonna be
it's
your number one for sure.
it's fantastic on so many levels, but Kaneshiro is my favorite. That one, that
Plot
one,
wise,
that one is by far my favorite to replay. It like Kaneshiro might is definitely not the best villain in the game, like not even close. But the boss fight is my favorite because it's simple, it's consistent, and it's fun.
yeah.
I love the puzzles in there. The puzzles are simple, they're not frustrating, and they don't take an exceedingly dumb amount of time to figure out. I love Makoto's like entire character throughout
One
that
of the best.
palace. Um, and I just think it's very consistently good. I love the punk and Mystique too. It's just like if it's the most consistent for me, which is why it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Kanashiro is definitely up there for me. Um, I don't know where I'd rank them, but that probably sounds similar. I think I'd flip a couple.
okay, I found my villains list.
Okay. Hey, before you go over the villains list, you care if I take a call real quick?
Oh, sure. You want me to pause the recording?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And recording is resumed. Okay. Yeah, I have my villain list here.
All right. I'll share it.
So, keep on. This is very outdated because, like I said, I haven't made an update to this in a while. So, number 10 is Davy Jones
Okay. They just put him in
from.
Fortnite.
Okay, then.
Yep.
Random.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, but it's been a long time. Also, really random. I forgot you mentioned it. I have never seen Lord of the Rings,
I'm not surprised by that.
but I'm making it a change because so that'll be probably coming up on an episode soon. My thoughts on Lord of the Rings because my buddy loves it.
Oh, all right.
He's
That'd
like,
be
"Yo, we
an
gotta watch it."
interesting topic for discussion because, for reference, by the way, I have seen each Lord of the Rings film 30 times or around that. I
That's a lot
lost
of
count
time.
a while
I know
ago.
those movies are long.
Yeah. Anyway, how many Pirates of the Caribbean movies have you seen?
I've seen all of them. It's just
You've
been a
seen you
minute since
have
I've
seen all five?
seen it. I don't remember liking the last one that much, but
Yeah, okay. The only ones that are worth watching, by the way, if anyone's interested, only watch the first three. Four and
yeah,
five are trash. Like
that's what I remember.
four is nothing but a blatant cash grab, and five is one of the biggest messes of a movie I've ever seen.
What were the
Um,
names of them again?
so first one is Curse of the Black Pearl. The second
Yeah,
one is Dead Man's Chest, and the third one is At World's End. Those are the only ones that are worth watching. On
yeah, I remember
Stranger
those.
Tides, and I don't even remember the name of the fifth one, which is how like forgettable it is. Um, on Stranger Tides was trash. The only
Yeah,
ones that are worth watching are the first three. If anyone is
Yeah,
interested.
because I
Um,
remember what was it called? Like spoiler alert, but doesn't like Barbosa get like cooked for his daughter in like the last one?
I do not fucking remember.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
But anyway, um, point is, I love like especially the second and third movies. I think they're extremely. I think everyone loves the first one. I think it's it's like treated as a classic and whatnot. But I
Yeah, it
don't
is
feel like
classic. Yeah.
nearly enough people talk about how good two and three are. Because Davy Jones is such an incredible villain. He has like such a tragic backstory, and the way that that kind of like plays into the themes of the film, it's fantastic. And he's always going to be on this list for me. Now, Kreese, I
Yeah.
had at 9. He's definitely going to be moving up. Um,
Okay.
at number 8, I have Agent Smith, from The Matrix.
Okay.
Because I have also seen all of the Matrix movies. Uh,
I've only seen the first one.
Only the first one.
Yeah.
You're perfectly fine with that.
Yeah. That's what I was
Um,
told.
2 and 3 were decent. And 4 is is like up there with the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, that one
Um,
came out kind of recently, right?
it was like very end of 2021. Um, So, so you're perfectly fine with just having seen the first one because the first one is like, one of my is like in my top 10 films of all time. Um, and I fucking love Agent Smith. Everything about his just general like presence on screen and his actions and the way he fights, all of it is so iconic. And Hugo Weaving is just a fantastic actor. Um,
Yeah.
Now this is one that might change. I'm not really sure. I have to think about it. But at number 7, I have Lelouch.
Okay.
Uh, I that one's complicated. He's absolutely one of my favorite protagonists ever. But I'm not
Yeah.
so sure now if that translates into me liking him as much as a villain
Right.
necessarily. Like I think he's a fantastic villain, but I just don't know if it would be like top 10 material. Number 6, I had Zeke from Attack on Titan.
Who?
Zeke,
Yeah. Zeke is goaded.
uh, like such a such an incredible villain on so many levels. Because Aaron is not a villain. Um, and honestly, top 5 might remain unchanged. Number 5, I have Darth Vader. That needs no explanation.
Yeah, Darth
Um,
Vader's like one of. I think Darth Vader's the top three for me.
Number 4, I have Gus from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Another one that I don't feel like I need to tell you any
No, no,
explanation
no, you
on.
don't.
Number 3 is Johann from Monster. Um, you haven't seen Monster yet, right?
It's on my backlog.
Okay. When you watch Monster, you will understand why he's at number 3. I'm not going to say any more than that.
Okay.
And number 2 is Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Okay.
Um, by far my favorite part of Rebels. Um, and um, I honestly there's a lot that I just don't even remember about Thrawn, but I remember I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Thanos.
Okay.
That's my list. There are definitely some things that are getting moved around in there. But top 5 is probably remaining unchanged, honestly. Unless I think about putting Johan above Thrawn, which might happen.
Yeah, about to say. Um. when I think of best villains, the top two things that come to my head are Sephiroth and Darth Vader. But have you heard about the Acolyte, the end of the Acolyte?
I watched Moist Critical's review about it. I haven't watched any more episodes since
Did you hear
episode
about?
three was such a trash heap. But I heard according like I said, I watched Moist Critical's video about it. Apparently, it sounded like a disaster. Um,
Yeah, but even though the show is bad, who doesn't love a good cameo,
who?
right?
Oh, the is that like the Darth Plagueis and Yoda whatever?
Yeah, Darth Plagueis in Yoda live action. I mean, obviously we already have. I've had Yoda live action, but you know what I mean.
You know, Moist Critical made a really good point in his
One sec.
video.
So
Uh, what's
you'll be
up?
fine. Let me know if you get in trouble. I'll come pick you up. I bet. Sorry, my roommate asked me a question.
Oh, okay. Um, Critical made a really good point in his video that I watched, and he was basically like, those cameos are cool and whatnot, but I'd rather just see like a show about the life of those characters, you know?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
The Darth Plagueis book is like my second favorite book of all time. I would much rather that have been that have been the Acolyte TV show or something based around that. In fact, like, I don't know how much you know about Star Wars Legends lore, but like, Darth Tenebros is Darth Plagueis's master, and there's a part in the book where they're talking about Darth Ramage was Darth Tenebros's master, and I was thinking that's what the Acolyte was going to be, which is why I
Right.
was really excited for it. I was excited for something in that time span to be adapted into a TV show, but no,
Yeah.
it was shit.
Yep. It's ass. Fortunately.
So, but I mean, we've talked enough about how, the TV shows have just sucked ass. Um, Speaking on Star Wars, I don't know how I've never done this before, but Valkorion is, definitely making it in the top 10 list next time I make it. Um,
Okay.
because I mentioned before, he's by far the best video game villain I've ever seen in a game. Um,
From the Old Republic.
yes,
Yeah. You already know. I gotta go Sephiroth. Just his
fair
character, his
enough.
story,
And
his looks,
from
the
what
eight
I've played
knife
in the
long
remake,
sword.
I think Sephiroth is a fantastic villain, just not quite top 10 worthy at
Oh,
the
just wait.
point that I've played.
Just wait.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'll change. I'm willing to have my mind changed on that because you hear so much about how goated Sephiroth is. Um,
Yeah. He's the goat.
but yeah, that's my villains list. Um,
Yeah. That's a good list. I'm not gonna argue with it.
yeah, like I said, there's definitely some things that need to be changed around there.
Although I don't know, Thanos, goated villain. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. Marvel. It's been a minute since I've enjoyed Marvel. I haven't even thought about.
Well, again,
Fucking,
from my perspective, Infinity War and Endgame are my number one and number three favorite films of all time, respectively.
yeah.
So, and Thanos is he's like my one of my favorite characters in all of fiction as well. I just think everything about him is literally like perfection in villain writing.
I
Like,
think if I were to have to give, I don't know. Like Marvel villains are usually really good. I'm not saying Thanos isn't a respectable choice. He definitely is.
I'm
Yeah.
also well aware that not many people have that love for that form of Marvel the same way I do, honestly.
I mean, I love Marvel. I liked Prime Marvel. Like I would go to the movies when this shit came out. And I remember like when I stopped going to the movies to watch Marvel movies, and that was when the Eternals came out.
Yeah, that one was mid as fuck. Um, um, I also found my list of my top 20 favorite anime moments.
Your top what?
My top 20 anime moments.
Okay, I can think of it.
Um, and this is something that in my mind has no doubt changed, because I've watched a lot more anime since this was like about a year ago when I made this list, I think. But number 20, I have the human transmutation in, um, well,
Alchemist.
yeah. And number 19, I have L's death in Death Note.
Okay.
In fact, I know this has definitely changed because there's a moment in Frieren that would definitely be on this list.
Still need to
18
watch it.
is Zero's identity reveal. Um,
Who's?
Zero. I'm pretty sure I was thinking of like the scene in like the last episode of season one, the confrontation between Lelouch and Suzaku. Um,
Yeah.
Number 17 is Mustang destroying
Yes.
Envy.
Lust, you mean?
Number
Or
16 is Mayori's death in Steins Gate.
uh yeah. Did you, when you
Number
said Mustang,
15,
you
number
mean
15 is the I want to live moment in
One Piece? Yeah.
yeah. Number 14 is Lelouch becoming emperor. The reason that this moment in particular is so high is just because I was so fucking shocked. I did not expect it to happen at all when I was first watching Code Geass. And then number
Yeah.
13 is the final like Lapis Philosophorum in like basically like the entire final moment where they destroy Father in Brotherhood.
Yep.
Um Number 12 is Gon's adult growth versus Pito in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Number 11 is the rumbling in Attack on Titan. Number 10 is the nothing happened moment in Thriller Bark. Um
I'm trying to remember that.
Number 9 with Zoro. And then number 9, the only Dragon Ball moment on this list is Vegeta turning Super Saiyan.
Yeah. I remember one of my favorite Dragon Ball moments is probably just like Cell and Gohan. Just like just those two. That's
Yeah,
all I got.
yeah. The reason I have like Vegeta here and not Goku, Goku's iconic, but I feel like I like Vegeta's better because I feel like it's more meaningful to his character. Um, Number 8 is Kurisu and Okabe's like romantic confession in Steins Gate. Um, uh, which is like probably the culmination of one of my favorite romances in any piece of fiction ever. Um, and num
That's
and
the red haired girl, right?
yes. Um,
Right.
and number 7, and from number 7 onward, it's just like totally legendary. Number 7 is Erwin's sacrifice.
Yep.
Um, Number 6, and my favorite moment in One Piece is Whitebeard's death. The one that I wrote an entire college essay about. Honestly, it probably if I were to redo this list, it would probably be a little bit higher. Number 5 is Code Geass ending.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Requiem of the Brigadier General.
Yep.
Number
Okay.
3 is Reiner's betrayal.
Oh yeah, on the wall.
Uh-huh. Number
Yep.
2 is
Favorite
the
scenes.
basement lore dump,
Yep.
also in Attack on Titan at the end of season 3. And my number 1 is in the York New City arc of Hunter x Hunter when the Phantom Troop attacks the Mafia building.
Okay.
That's my favorite
You, you
anime moment of all time.
you know I don't like Hunter x Hunter, so honestly I don't remember that. But
Yeah, yeah, I know. But yeah,
if I were to
that's
give
that.
like a top five,
How about that's something we do for like next episode? We like
I mean,
take the next week to make our lists. I
I have a
update
top
mine,
five.
and then you put a lot of thought into yours, and then you've seen way more anime than me, and we do that next week.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I have a couple I could just like ramble about though.
Um, I'm gonna refrain from doing that just because I actually have to go in a couple minutes. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna meet my mom for dinner. Um,
Yeah.
so we're at like exactly an hour, so I think we're gonna cap off the episode here. Um, but yeah, good ninth episode. Gonna be exciting when we get
Yep.
to the 10th one next week.
Yep. I'm
Um,
down. It's exciting.
but yeah, thank you very much for watching slash listening slash whatever, and we'll see you later. Bye.
See ya.